Hello everyone. Well, we're doing some more mods to the old stove here. The little tent stove. See how it's working out. Check it out. Okay. So there she is. And if you remember with the last video, I put a baffle in here. Right in. It goes right to about here. A stainless steel baffle, a piece that I just got out of the barbecue. Let me open this up. Lots of smoke. I've got this thing completely stuffed full. Now the baffle, I don't think it's gonna stay in there because it takes up a lot of space, and this thing already doesn't have enough space for the amount of wood. I'm trying to get longer burn times is what I'm trying to do here. So let's see, we got our stuff pretty full. Damper's open. That's the other thing. So I just put this damper here. And this is the short one. It's about this long right here. And they have a longer one, and somebody was saying that not to get this one because it's too short and it smokes, it causes smoke when it's down there. But I just put it up here, and I actually can put it right up here, which I'm gonna try next. So, see where it is? And we could put it up there. Anyhow, I'm gonna time this thing. I'm gonna see how long this thing will burn as is. It's smoking like a freight train right now, so I don't like this at all. This is dry, good dry wood. We'll see what happens here. I know when you shut the damper, it starts to smoke here. See? That's as far as I get, but that's okay. I can just find the sweet spots. Every stove's different. You'll find out what the sweet spots are, where it needs to be. So I'm gonna experiment with that thing down there. I'm gonna experiment with it up here. I don't think I'll be able to put it any higher if it's going in a tent. It definitely throws out great heat. But the idea here is to try and get a longer burn time, which it's not getting right now. Now this door, maybe I can make it seal a little bit better. I don't know. This is the Deerfamy, I guess that's how you say it, Deerfamy stove. Anyhow, it's just about November 1st, or maybe it is already, I'm not sure. It's close. But I'm gonna damper this thing down and we'll be back. I'm just gonna figure out how low I can go with this damper without having it snuff out. Just gonna go as much as I can without having it choke out on me. Okay, let's try that. That's not good. I don't like that. But when I put that baffle in, it definitely made it smoke more. This thing's got a secondary burn system where it sucks air, cooler air here, and it goes up to where the flame is, and then it's normally this thing actually is pretty smoke free, but I'm still new to it, so we'll see. The other thing is I might be able to do is add an extension onto the back here, but we've got lots of experimenting to do. Right now I'm just trying to get more burn time, and none of that. Okay, we'll be back. We'll see how long this goes. Seems to be the sweet spot there. Okay, as far as heat goes, the baffle definitely throws the heat towards the front because it comes to here. So flame has to come up here. Definitely heats the front of the stove better, but I need to take that baffle out and just try it with the damper. I'm gonna leave the baffle in and I'm gonna try it in different spots. I'm gonna try that up there and see if it changes anything, and I will even try it down there again. But so far, it's just smoking a lot more than I'd like to see it. Definitely putting out the heat though. Out the side's pretty good. Out the back, really good. The top is super hot. The front's a little bit warm. Okay, you can see there's quite a bit of smoke. Now if I shut the damper here, like if I shut this all the way, watch this. I'm gonna shut it. You can see it definitely clears up the smoke because now it's burning from the secondary burn, which is those holes right there that go inside the stove here. So maybe just keeping this open just a hair will be the ticket. The damper like that definitely cleared up quite a bit of the smoke. Okay, we'll see how long this full load of wood goes and we'll be back. Okay, well, I'm gonna try cooking on this thing while I'm waiting. Smoke's clearing up a little bit, quite a bit actually. You can still smell it though. Yeah, I just got this on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. It actually works really good. I've been cooking on my wood stove with it. And it, oh yeah, that's hot. I just put that on there before I started recording, so it transfers heat super good. Anyway, I think I'll just cook up these mussels instead. Okay, we'll see how long this takes. We're a half an hour into this thing, and you can't tell just because of the reflection on the door, but when I look in, I don't see any flame. However, it is actually still going. If you look, yeah, see, it's still going quite a bit. So I'll keep her shut. There's no smoke now, so that's pretty good. I mean, it's always normal to smoke when you're just getting the fire going. It just seemed like it smoked more than it should have. But the wood was outside, so it wasn't inside and nice and dry and seasoned. You had this in your tent, and you put it near the stove, and you let that, even right underneath the stove, it's not gonna catch on fire. I mean, unless you're touching the stove. Just to dry out that wood really good. The drier it is, the better it burns, the less smoke, and the more BTUs, the more heat it puts out. Okay, well, we'll see if she warms up this water here. Oh, it's already, yeah, you can tell she's already warming it up pretty darn good. Okay, cool. We'll be back. Like I said, we're about 35 minutes into it. And virtually smoke-free now, so it's definitely, that secondary burn works really darn good in the stove. It's just to find out where it needs to operate. You know, like that's where I've got the damper. Let's see it here, kind of. Okay. And then, yeah, the secondary burn. And cold always wants to go to hot, so it's sucking in cold air here, or colder air here. And then it's going up inside, and there's those little plates, and that's where it's going. So it works really good, actually. Most of these old stoves didn't have like a secondary burn, so whoever thought of that, that's pretty good. Now I might have to experiment with that, plug a couple of these off. One of you fellas out there, one of the subscribers, suggested maybe putting some kind of a heat blanket in there, like those, what's that stuff I've got for exhaust wrap, you know? That would work good in there, because you could just stuff it in the holes and it would just, it wouldn't burn, but yet it would, you know, cause it to get less air and just maybe slow the fire down even more. But so far we're just gonna see how long we're gonna get out of this full load for burn time. That's pretty cool, because I just put that on there like 5 minutes ago, and it's probably heating up more than my stove would in the house, like my electric stove. And I've just got this stove idling right now. I don't even have it cranked up. That's pretty impressive. So yeah, you can definitely cook on this stove, and that little grill that I have would be just perfect because it kind of hangs over the edge, so you can put stuff that you don't want, you know, you just want to keep it warm, so you can stick it over the edge, you know. Looks like she's ready to go here. Oh, perfect. Okay, well, here we go then. Put these guys in there. Oh, look at that, folks. use my little poker there. Look at that. And there she is. Put the lid back on and wait. Virtually smoke free for the last 10 minutes or so now, 15. How are we doing? Oh, we still got some wood in there. Okay, let's see how these guys are doing. Not bad. I'd have to turn this up a bit here, just for cooking purposes. Well, I don't want to mess the test up. Maybe I'll just put it back to where it was and I'll put that in the house. Okay, well here we are. It's 7:15 and I think it was 4:25 p.m. when I loaded this thing, so not a long burn time. It's still warm to the touch, but it's not going to be putting out any heat, that's for sure, especially in the winter. Let's see what we got going on here. So there's a little bit of wood left in there, but again, we're looking at 3 hours burn time. You can see where I put up some wood in there, but I'm gonna take that out of there. That'll allow me to put a little more wood in. So it didn't even get 3 hours, but I mean, this is a tiny stove. Okay, there you can see the secondary burn right there. So yeah, that baffle, even if I shorten that baffle up just so it's, maybe half of what it is now, that might help. There's guys saying that they're getting 6 to 8 hours, or there's one guy that says he's getting 6 to 8 hours with oak and hickory. Maybe, because it's real hardwood. I'm just using softwood. I mean, that's all I have, right? Spruce and pine, that's what we got. So the hardwood would help, but we just don't have it here. So my solution is I need either a bigger stove or have to keep stoking it every 2 hours to put out heat. I mean, it's not even cold right now. It's cold for some people, but for Canada, I mean, it's only, I think it's about -1 Celsius. I forget what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's not that cold. When it gets to -20 and 30 and 40, you need your heat. So, but this definitely would be a good stove, I'm thinking, for the summertime, or people that don't see real cold weather, or just, it puts the heat out. It's just, you got to stay on top of it, right? Anyway, we're going to keep playing with it and trying to get longer burn times out of it. And we'll see. I might even make an extension on this thing here. Take this plate out and make an extension to get more burn time. I guess I could try putting the damper up, one higher, one lower, but I don't think that's going to change much. That's barely warm. It's cold. Starts to get cold right there. That's about where it starts to get cold. Here it's warm. Okay. I gotta go eat my mussels. Hey folks, we're back at it again a little later on the next day. So here's what we changed, if we can see from all the smoke. If you remember on the other video here, that's where the damper was, I believe, somewhere around there, I think. Now we've moved it up. Okay, that made a big difference on the way it smokes in here. Actually, now is a great time to test it because there's so much smoke. Let's just see here. I'm gonna turn this here. I'll show you where it's at in a minute here. Okay, just starting to smoke there, but there's lots of smoke in this. Oh, actually, it stopped. Okay, let's try it some more. I just stoked this thing too, so it's not even really burning fully. There, now it's just starting to smoke there. So that's too much. But it's safe to say we could leave it there, but usually you don't damper them down until you get them really rocking anyway. And this thing is not rocking right now. It's barely even going. Oh, there she goes. Oh man, I just love wood stoves. We're gonna make this thing work better than what it does. I've got a bunch of ideas. I just came up with a bunch more. There you can see she's just flying out now. And I actually had a little more wood stuffed in last time. I had another little piece jammed in there. Maybe I'll jam one more in just to keep it good and accurate. But we're gonna do a test on the time. And I'm gonna screenshot right now and I'll know what time I started this at. And we'll come back, we'll see how many hours it lasted, okay? We'll be back. I'm gonna go have a bourbon. Bourbon and Coke. Just smoking out the place. Pretty good if you want to put something on the lid. That's the way to do it. This thing's got a nice little bubble in it there to stop the cover from warping. I really like that about this one. Hey, this is actually a good little stove. Just needs a few little mods. It works good the way it is, just you don't get a long burn time. That's the only thing. I want it to keep me warm longer. It's fun to play. Okay, so here we are. It's 11 o'clock and it's out. I can just barely hold my hand on there. It's still pretty hot. I can hold my hand, but it's definitely hotter than it was last time. And that's what we got left. So let me open this up here. Yeah, I put some up in there too, even. Anyways, you get the idea. So I think I'd have to go check the other video, but I think I got a little more burn time. And I had to actually open up the damper a bit. I think it was like this. No, it was like that, I think. And I had to open it to there to make it not smoke and just to keep it putting out good heat. So 3.5 hours, we're getting there. I mean, that's soft wood, and if the baffle wasn't there, I could put more in it, a little more. Mind you, I guess I stuffed some in there, but I could put big chunks, like, you know, big chunks of logs are what burn long time, not these little, you know, splits. They burn up fast. So that might help. And then I've got some other ideas, but I'll save them for another video. But I think we're doing better. I think I got another half-hour burn time out of this thing. I'll have to check the other video, but either way, it's not a drastic change. But we're getting there. The dampener definitely works better up there. I guess maybe I could try it up one more notch. And maybe I will next time. We'll see. Okay, well, I gotta get back to the bourbon here. I'm just in the shop there working on Team China, so have a good one, folks.